Hello, viewers. Today, I'm going to say two opposite statements and justify both of them. Yes, today's topic is brewing rice wine is so easy and brewing rice wine is so hard. So if you like this video, please click that like button and subscribe. Please click the bell to be notified when I publish a new video on the subject of rustic Asian rice wine every week. And please share this video wherever it is appropriate. And I really appreciate your help. Together, we're spreading the word about rustic Asian rice wine. And yes, so opposite statements. Brewing rice wine is so easy and brewing rice wine is so hard. How can both of those things be true? Well, it can depend on your perspective, and I'll try to explain what I want to communicate here. So, just when you're starting out, there's a big barrier trying something new, and brewing rice wine. It doesn't require a lot of equipment, and I was able just to read a few things and watch some videos, and I was able to learn how to brew my first rice wine. So that's definitely the sense that brewing rice wine is easy. I didn't train for a long time to figure out how to do it. I didn't research for years. I just it took some preparation, but overall pretty simple for me to get started. And so I want to communicate that with you. And that's the idea, that brewing rice wine is so easy. You don't need a lot of, like I said, you don't need a lot of equipment, or you just need some basic resources to get started. And often for people just starting out, that they're going to be unsure. They're going to be hesitant. Do I really know how to do this? That's what I thought. I thought to myself, okay, is this going to work? This is something new that I've never done before. How can I be sure that it's going to work? So I was hesitant. I was worried, and but I did it, and it actually wasn't that hard to get started. So and that's often what I want to communicate on this channel, is that yes, it is easy to get started brewing rice wine. Please try it out. If you have any interest, try it out. See what kind of rice wine you like brewing. So that's one side of it. And so what happened after I brewed my first few bottles of rice wine? What happened after that? Well, what happened is that at that point, I was very confident. I figured, I figured I pretty much knew everything about this now. I can brew anything now. So the next thing I tried to brew with some rice and also some millet. I figured, okay, I'm going to brew with millet now. I'm an expert brewer. I'm going to brew with millet, and I didn't know what I was doing, and it didn't work. The millet didn't ferment. So that's the thing. It's not actually, it's a fermentation in general, brewing in general is a deep topic. Just because you can brew one thing doesn't mean you can brew everything. So I learned that lesson just because I knew how to brew the easy recipe. I was glad to be able to do that, but that sort of made me overconfident that I could brew anything, and that wasn't true. You do need to. There's a lot to learn on the subject of brewing rice wine. So it is a deep subject. It is going to take some experience to learn all the different variations. There really are so many dimensions of possible rice wine recipes. I tried to enumerate them. I'm sure I left some of them out. You can see this old video of mine about the dimensions of makgeolli recipes. But that's just, even with what I listed in that video, there's just so many dimensions, many different directions to explore, that you're not really going to know everything. And so in that sense, brewing makgeolli is so hard. Brewing rice wine is so hard. There's so many possibilities, and you're going to have to get experience to figure out how these different dimensions affect the brew. And another aspect you're going to have to get over is that in the when you're brewing your simple recipe, you try to control everything. And it is important to control what you can. And in the simple recipe, it's pretty fast brew, single stage brew, and it is important to control the environment, the temperature, as much as you can. Understand how that affects the brew. Later on, you realize, oh, well, you're not really in control of everything because this is a cooperative effort with the yeast that's producing the alcohol in your brew. This is a cooperative effort. You're encouraging the yeast to do what you want, but you're not directly making the alcohol. You're encouraging the yeast to do what you want. So that kind of since that's indirect, you're not really in control of everything. And sometimes you have to adapt to the environment, to the season, to the ingredients you happen to have. You have to adapt. And that brings a lot more subtlety to brewing, and that is more difficult. But again, that knowledge can be gained from experience. So whereas when I first started out, before I had brewed anything, I was apprehensive about how many things could go wrong in my brewing. I didn't have the confidence. And then once I started brewing, I did have the confidence. In fact, I had too much confidence. I could try to brew anything, and no, that's not actually true. I only knew how to brew that one thing, and I could explore from that, but I didn't know everything. There's so much more to explore. So when I want people to know how deep the subject of brewing rice wine is, I'll emphasize how hard it is to understand all the possibilities in these recipes, all the things that affect the brew, and the fact that you're not in control of everything. You have to let the yeast do its thing. You're just setting the stage for that to happen. So that's those two opposite ideas are what I wanted to talk about today. Now, you might have experienced some of this yourself. Let me know your brewing stories in the comments. Was there a time when you lacked confidence, or you were overconfident in brewing? What happened? I always like hearing about those stories. That's the story of brewing. That's how people learned over generations how to brew things better, and it's why we have these good starting recipes right now, is because of all the efforts of our brewing ancestors, all the efforts they put in. So let's appreciate them, and I appreciate you for watching to the end of this video. Thank you for watching.